What's going on, TechU team? In this video, I want to go over how to set up your targeting for your Facebook ad campaigns. Now, this is something that not a lot of people know how to do, so we're going to dive into it. We're going into the screen right now, all right? First step, I'm going to make myself a little bit smaller and throw me over in the corner here, okay? So as always, we always hit that green button to create a new ad campaign, okay? So as always, we want to keep it an engagement or leads, because you can still do messenger in there, okay? So we're just gonna go into engagement, hit continue. This is the general overview, so remember, this is gonna be your campaign, then we have our ad set, then we have our ads, okay? So in our ad set, we want messaging apps, we want people to message us on Messenger, WhatsApp, or Instagram, okay? Everything is perfect. Remember, we have our good content already uploaded, so that's gonna help us. Our budget, we're not talking about that right now. Here we are, okay? We are in the targeting location. So for most people, for most repair stores, we don't worry about age. We don't worry about, custom audiences. We don't worry about any of that stuff. We just want people in our area to see our ad. And here's the best way to do that, okay? So most people think, oh, you know what, I'm gonna come in here. You know, I live in Fort Lauderdale. So I'm just gonna put in Fort Lauderdale. It'll give me my prompt, boom, Fort Lauderdale, and that's just what they stick with, all right? And of course, most people don't even know you can scale it. So you can do Fort Lauderdale, 10 miles, 25 miles, whatever it is, okay? But that's not how we do it, all right? This is the best way to get people into your business, okay? So you can sometimes try just adding in your address, all right? And sometimes it'll work, but for us, it doesn't. So what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna start with Fort Lauderdale, okay? We'll go ahead and select. So now that brings me in the general area of Fort Lauderdale, okay? But when you zoom in, you get streets, you get maps, you get everything. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and exit out of Fort Lauderdale. I'm still in the Fort Lauderdale area, so I got Fort Lauderdale here. Now, the Techie headquarters is right by the Fort Lauderdale airport. So what you can do is you can go ahead and look at Fort Lauderdale, then you can zoom around. You can do this for your store. I got 595, I got Griffin Road right there. So what you're doing here is you're just looking to make sure, you're just looking to see where your store is located, okay? So we're gonna come up here. That's Broward, that's too far. I meant to zoom in there. So we're gonna zoom in. We're gonna find the general area. It doesn't have to be exact. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna hit drop pin, okay? I'm just running through it. So here's what's happening. So now, that's our drop pin. That's where we put it. And we're only going within 10 miles, right? 10 miles is also still pretty big. So you can come in here, you can scale it down. I only want people within a mile to see me, right? I only want people within 2 miles, 3 miles. Now, there's other higher levels of how you can get really dramatic with it, or more accurate, I should say. So let's go ahead and we'll, again, exit out, right? Now, let's say, for instance, I'm familiar with this area. Now, you see all these Finger Lakes? All of these are houses. So I go, you know what? I know those people. They have, they're my target audience. So I'm going to hit drop pin, boom, right on top, shave it down to a mile, and now just that neighborhood is seeing my advertisements for my repair shop. Right now, you can do it in any way. You can advertise for repairs. You can advertise, we buy back broken devices, right? You can do whatever you want, but this is the best way to target your customers, okay? Now, the second step is at the top here. You see where it says people living in or recently in this location, okay? So I always like to use people living in or recently in this location, and here's the reason why, okay? Because people that maybe work around your shop, they're definitely gonna come in. So if I only put people living in, Facebook has the data to know, okay, they're going here at night, this is where they sleep, this is where they live, right? But if it's people living here and have recently been in this location, more than likely they're in the area, they work there, they come there pretty often. So I would definitely keep people living in or recently in this location. But you can see all the options: traveling, people recently only, people living. But again, the best one is people living in or recently in this location. That is a great tactic to use on your Facebook ad campaigns.